phone call from half a world away.
He said it's Patrick, and it's bad. It's not good.
A Coon Rapids family dealing with sudden death reminds us all of the severity of a fast-spreading disease.
People need to wake up. I have 3 girls. We'll never get to know their father.
An Ebola outbreak has killed more than 670 people in Africa, but tonight the death of a man from Minnesota brings the problem closer to home.
And our Josh Rosenthal visited a mother and her 3 little girls at their home in Coon Rapids. He's here to share their touching and frightening story. Josh?
Leah, Patrick Sawyer lived in Minnesota for about a decade. He moved back to Liberia in 2008, but was scheduled to return here in less than a month. His wife says, what if he had come back with Ebola? An unthinkable loss for a Minnesota family and a warning for the rest of us.
I don't want all of this to be for nothing. I have 3 girls. We'll never get to know their father.
DeConti Sawyer is Patrick Sawyer's wife. She says it's easy to think of Ebola as a problem on the other side of the world, not here. But that's not entirely true.
Well, this is my favorite one of he and the girls.
Patrick planned on coming back to Minnesota in August for 2 of his daughter's birthdays. Those daughters go to school and daycare where they're surrounded by other Minnesotans.
It's a global problem because Patrick could have easily come home with Ebola. Easy. Easy, Ebola. It's close. It's at our front door. It knocked down my front door.
Now, DeConti hopes her husband's death serves as a wake-up call. He was beloved by Minnesota's large Liberian community. This is a huge loss. But for DeConti, if it makes more people realize that the African Ebola outbreak could truly affect all of us, then her husband's death will not have been in vain.
Because this can't happen anymore. I don't want any more families going through what I'm going through. So I pray. And then I'm ready to fight.
Patrick Sawyer worked for the Liberian government. A memorial is being planned for Patrick here in Minnesota at the end of September. Details are still being worked out. Leah?
All right, our thoughts and prayers to that family. We're also tonight learning more about 2 Americans who are currently being treated for Ebola. Both are healthcare workers who have been risking their lives fighting this deadly outbreak in West Africa. And Nancy Ritbull, a mother of 2 from Charlotte, North Carolina, was doing humanitarian work with a Christian group in Liberia when she contracted the virus. She and her family have been in Liberia for the past year. The other victim is Dr. Kent Bradley, seen here with his wife and young children. Brantley cared for patients inside this isolation center in Liberia. Before this, he worked as a family practice physician in Fort Worth, Texas. The 33-year-old had been in Liberia since last October as part of a charity program. Many healthcare workers are involved with this program.
We're doing everything that we can to keep our staff safe, but the reality is it is a deadly disease and it is easily spread.
And tonight, Brantley and Ritbull are both listed in serious condition. Ebola has infected more than 1,000 people and killed more than 670 people since this winter. There is no cure, there is no vaccine. If there are any problem or promising signs that is of this particular outbreak, it may be this. Ebola has been known to kill up to 90% of those infected. However, the death rate of the current outbreak is around 60%.